Ever have one of those days where it's just never in tune? It's kind of what I'm experiencing right now. The aptly named B string. All right, anyway, so welcome back. This week we're going to be going over a little lick from the Earl Scruggs lexicon. Imagine that, Earl Scruggs and the 5-string banjo. Extremely original idea, Jordan, you might be saying there at home. Thank you. So this one comes off of probably a few things. The one that inspired me to check it out a little more closely than I have in the past is I was listening to Bugle Call Rag off of the Foggy Mountain Banjo record, which most of you are probably familiar with. If you aren't, check out that record, Foggy Mountain Banjo. It's right here on YouTube even. But Bugle Call Rag has that lick in it that's usually... And then on one of those breaks, Earl plays this really fun lick. This is what it sounds like. Holy shift, Batman. We are working a lot of the neck in this lick. Very quickly, too. So those shifts are going to be the most challenging part of this lick. Otherwise, it's fairly straightforward, right? If any of you have watched some of my other videos, I go over the different chord inversions, our first inversion, our second inversion, and our root position chord. We're going to be working with root position and first inversion chords here, and they're all pretty much going to be G. So, first part of this lick, we're going to be starting on that root position G chord at the 5th fret. You're going to play the 4th, 2nd, and 1st string together. And it's going to be kind of a power chord, right? So we play, and then we're gonna slide up a little bit into this first inversion chord. And you can play around with how much slide you want in it. I've heard a lot of players play it really clean, where there's almost no slide, and then some guys really like to blend the line. It's all fun. Try it out. But we come from this root position chord, and we're going to use this right hand pattern that we use in backup. So it's going to be thumb on the 4th string, index on the 2nd, and then you're going to have a pinch between your thumb and your middle finger on the 3rd and 1st string. So without a chord on it. So we do that, I think, twice. And we're going to end on that root position chord there. And if you can, try and kill that chord really quick. Then we're going to come all the way up to our root position chord here at the 17th fret. You can kind of do a slide. I'm hearing a slide in the recording on that 3rd string. Where it starts, I don't really know. It doesn't really matter. It happens so quick, but it's kind of a cartoonish little slide. And kind of use those... your destination note is going to be that 17th fret on the 1st string, right? So we're going to want to keep our fingers down, at least these top 3 strings. We want to keep these fingers at least attached to the string. The only one that we're going to be really fretting on the way up is going to be that 3rd string, our middle finger, right? But the rest of them can just sort of hang out on the strings, and then that's going to help you land that note. That's your destination note. That's the one you really want to get. So after we do that huge shift 1 octave up, we're going to go right back down. And our destination note is going to be this 5th string of our 5th fret of the 4th string, our G note, right? So that's really the trickiest part, is coming up and being able to come right back down. Key with this one, again, is you don't have to have your middle or your ring finger on that 4th string the entire time for this, but having it kind of hovering over it, that's going to guide you the right way. the worst thing you can do here is let go of the neck and you have no reference point to land these huge shifts, right? So we always want to keep our bearing whenever we can. So this last part, let's start from that note there. You're going to have just that G note, and then you're going to slide kind of into your first inversion G chord. At least these bottom three strings of that. And you can play all of those with your thumb. They're all quarter notes, so whichever one works for you. So we slide into that that B note on the 9th fret. Then we have the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and then the 8th fret of the 2nd string. And then we're gonna have a little walk down, chromatic walk down here, down to that 6th fret. That's gonna be our F there. We're kind of spelling out a G7 chord here, right? And then the last note of this lick is gonna be that 7th fret of the 3rd string. It's a D note. After this, in the recording, this isn't really part of the lick so much, but in the recording, Earl slides into that root position C chord at the 10th fret. So. And it kind of does a slide out of nowhere, or into nowhere at the end there as well, which is a fun Tony Trischka term. Hard to quantify on a tab sheet, but you're kind of just making this slide into nowhere. You slide really fast, it sort of sounds lasery, and then you kill it before it goes anywhere. But yeah, to get that C sequence there, you slide into your root position C chord, and you can wrap your thumb around, and you can get that. This would be the 8th fret on the 5th string. That's gonna spell out your C7. And that's pretty much the whole note. I mean, obviously end it with a tag lick, right? So let's do that really slow, all together. Sounds like this. One of the subtleties of this lick, seems funny to use the word subtle with any part of this lick, but one of the subtleties of this lick comes in on that C7 chord. Most of this lick, you're kind of away from the bridge. You're getting this softer, more rubber bandy noise towards the neck, you know? I don't know if you can see that, but what I'm doing when I'm rolling on this C7 chord is that I'm slowly bringing my hand closer towards the bridge here, so I'm getting a little bit more edge on it as we go along with it. That's optional, you know, that's not part of your assigned homework today, so, you know, don't hurt yourself on that. Yeah, that's the lick that you'll hear in Bugle Call Rag. If you haven't heard that Foggy Mountain Banjo rendition of it, check it out. It is on YouTube. Otherwise, thank you for watching this today. If you liked it, please leave me a like. If you have watched a couple of my videos, maybe you like where I'm going at least, then consider subscribing and hit the bell icon so you know when I'm posting new stuff, and you can keep up with all the crap that I put out there on the internet. If you want tab for this, I'll have it linked in the description. It'll take you to my site. There's a whole bunch of tabs from my other videos as well. Sweet. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. I'll see you in the next video.